Have you ever sat by a river, watching its flow, and wondered, where will each drop of water go? Today, we follow the journey of a man returning to the river of his past, tracing the currents of time, choices, and regrets. Prepare yourself for a long reflection, because time is never short. 50 years ago, he stood here, his eyes shining with hope. He wrote a letter to someone he loved, weaving dreams for the future. Time is a harsh teacher, but it never lies, he murmured back then. No one ever steps in the same river twice. Heraclitus, he felt conquered by the seconds, yet believed he could outrun them. But behind that confidence lay a fear. Had he prepared himself well enough? That memory remains vivid. Youthful laughter, promises spoken, and the thrill of adventure. At that crossroads, two paths lay before him. One led him home to family, to love, to his roots. The other pointed toward the horizon, promising discovery, experience, freedom. With a wheel of courage, he chose adventure. Every new port etched its own story. A friend who stayed, then left. A fleeting love, then heartbreak. Shining success, then solitude. True freedom is not doing whatever you want, but belonging to whatever you love. Jean-Paul Sartre, yet freedom comes at a price often paid in heartbeats and heartbreak. His footprints remained in the sand, only to be swallowed by the waves. He once declined his friend's wedding invitation to set foot on a distant continent. He chose a brilliant career, yet gave up time with his parents. It's better to regret doing than to regret not trying, he often whispered. But every decision left its mark. An empty chair at the dinner table, messages left unanswered, looks of disappointment. Every action we take creates an unseen ripple. Marcus Aurelius, and he realized, those ripples stretch far beyond the horizon's view. Regret is like carrying stones in the pocket of the soul. Imagine him piling them one by one. Apologies too late, prayers unspoken, farewells unsaid. He tossed each stone into the river, but the weight never truly left him. The river swallowed the stones, yet he still felt heavy. Regret is our perspective on the past. It only hurts if we fail to learn. Epictetus' unprocessed regret is a prison for the spirit. In the midst of the rushing current, there is a moment of silence. There, he asked himself, what does all this mean? Is life merely a sequence of choices, or is it about how we respond to those choices? It is not events that disturb us, but our judgments about them. Marcus Aurelius, he realized, time's flow cannot be stopped, but we can choose our attitude. With that awareness came good news. Burdens are not punishments, but teachers. At the riverbank, he stood in stillness. He opened both hands, as if inviting the breeze to help him. With one deep breath, he let go of everything. Regrets, fears, doubts. In that instant, he felt light like a leaf carried by the current, no longer a stone. In letting go, we find true freedom. Lao Tzu, the man, walked away, his steps now light. The river continues to flow, silent, eternal, full of mystery. We are all drops in the river of time, meeting briefly before we vanish. What burden will you release today? What choices will you contemplate before tomorrow begins? Share your stories and thoughts in the comments. Until our next philosophical journey.